And so we come to the last section in this course called Putting It All Together. In here, we will examine all the various things that we've learned and see how by putting them together we can get real business benefits. One of them obviously is agility. VMware vCloud Air is available globally. There are 4 or 5 or 6 data centers in the US. There's one in the UK, in Germany, in Japan, and in Australia. So if you have the requirement to rapidly move a workload or rapidly have some application up and running in some distant part of the globe, you are more than likely to be able to host it very easily from a central place in a remote location such as Australia, for example, here from the US, and be able to provide your customers with that product that they're looking for. Without having to worry about putting physical infrastructure and getting connectivity, setting up the connectivity, making sure that it's resilient. And resilience also is extremely important because the vCloud Air data centers are built on tried and true principles. There's plenty of redundancy there. And if you are working on an on-demand basis or on some other basis, still it's really excellent value for money if you just look at the entire service that is provided for you. Take into account the fact that constructing your own data center, as still some companies still do, is a long-winded process of obtaining the budget, then doing the design, and then the construction. It's easily about a 2-year project. Again, even if you co-locate in an existing data center, although it is much faster, but still the actual infrastructure would have to be set up. So if you are in a position to be able to use the various capabilities of vCloud Air, and remember, it's more than just the private cloud or the dedicated cloud or the on-demand cloud. There are many other services available there, and I just want to bring one into the picture here, which is your disaster recovery capability that's available with vCloud Air. You could set up your disaster recovery site out there and use it in a very sophisticated manner by using a vSphere replication. Again, consider the fact that if you had to create your own physical data center out there for disaster recovery, most of the time it would not be used. So again, resilience is extremely important. It's very unlikely because of the redundancy that's available and the global reach and presence of vCloud Air that you are unlikely to have a service outage. Scale up and scale down is excellent value that we get from vCloud Air, as you do from any cloud operation actually. And obviously, if you have test and development applications, or even in some cases where you need large amounts of compute capacity because there's some production, maybe some scientific data mining that is being done, you may need that for quite some time, but you don't need it all the time. So again, you have the ability to scale up and down. And then of course the more conventional usage around holidays and Christmas time, there is a much higher need for servicing customers than there is at say during the summer or during the rest of winter. So you're able to scale up and down as business needs dictate. Multi-cloud and hybrid cloud are terms that are used sometimes interchangeably, sometimes not. Multi-cloud is basically, I think, a little bit more generic. It just means you're able to have your workload running on multiple clouds. They don't necessarily have to be clouds based on the same technology. So you could have your applications running on vCloud Air using VMware technology and running on Amazon AWS using the Amazon EC2 technology, for example. And your entire application could actually comprise applications and services running in different clouds. Hybrid cloud is usually meant to be a combination of an on-premise private environment connected up to a cloud environment. So if you have an on-premise data center connected up to the VMware VR cloud, and you are transferring workloads back and forth, well, that would be a hybrid cloud, a mixture of a private and public cloud. But if you really think about it, both in the case of the multi-cloud and the hybrid cloud, as long as you have connectivity between the clouds, whether it be your private uh, on-premise data center on which you can easily put up a VPN edge device, you can connect that up to any other cloud, whether it's VMware technology or not. So really, the key to multi-cloud and hybrid cloud is really the connectivity. And isn't connectivity always the case? Connectivity, if you have connectivity, you can do just about anything. If you have high-speed connectivity, then you can do everything. So the VPN, or the virtual private network capability, on which I spent a lot of time, and we went through that in great gory detail, where I demonstrated the setup of a VPN between Germany and the New Jersey and the Virginia site actually. So you have the ability to easily connect clouds using VPNs, and imagine, if you will, an application. One of the servers could be running in the Virginia data center, and the other server could be running in Germany. And if you have architected this properly, then you are able to be able to have an application that is spread out across multiple clouds in multiple locations. It could even be a backup or a replication kind of a service you could be running there as well. But as long as you have connectivity, and having virtual private networks easily provides you with that. And uh, this is my view of multi-cloud and hybrid cloud, is simply that as bandwidth increases and it becomes less and less expensive, which is happening all the time, just the fact that you have the ability to use VPNs gives you the multi-cloud and hybrid cloud capability. Once you have that, really the most important thing is that you need to be able to manage your multi-cloud or hybrid cloud. And we looked very briefly at some of the ways this is done. For VMware environment, you have vRealize operations, and there is a new product out there in the market we looked at as well, which is the hybrid cloud management product. It's really important to be able to manage the clouds easily. So it's I think the tools still have to develop to be able to do that. So if in the meantime you are able to work with clouds based on the same technology, it just makes things a lot easier. vCloud Connector is a very early kind of a concept of managing multi-clouds. Certainly vRealize operations was a big step forward, and I expect the hybrid cloud manager to be as well. Because the hybrid cloud manager, while it is available at this point only for dedicated cloud, it is expected to be available for on-demand as well. So with that, we come to the end of the course. I hope you found the time that you spent on this to be worthwhile. I hope you found the course to be of value, and I wish you all success in your professional career. Thank you very much.